Cloudcast Media.
Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
I'm Drew Schlosberg of Cloudcast Media, and we are honored to have in the studio today the folks behind the documentary based Clef, Bliss, Terrence's Path. We got Therese Davis, a co-writer, and we have Terrence Partidge, the subject of the documentary. Therese and Terrence, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Happy to have you here. So we'll start with you on this, Therese. Talk about the documentary, why the documentary, and obviously you got your very, very proud of your son sitting right next to you.
Yes, the documentary was a wonderful experience for us. We ran into Patrick Scott, who is the executive producer, along with Dr. Michael Berlin, and he's also the director. And we happened to see some of his short films that he created with autism themes, and I just literally asked him, you ever thought about doing a documentary? And he looked a little surprised, and that's how it started. And that was 2013. And so we decided to look at Terrence's journey specifically and how he blossomed through the gift of music.
Right, exactly. And so we know music is so important to everybody. I happen to be a music lover. Been to 33 New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festivals, believe it or not. As long as I'm breathing, I'm going. So I know how important that is to you. I'll start with you on this, Therese, and then go over to Terrence. So autism, how does autism play a role in this?
Autism plays a role because Terrence was diagnosed when he was 4 years old. And
right.
At the time of his diagnosis, he didn't have a lot of language. He had lost it. And so I was searching for a way for him to be able to communicate with other people because the doctors couldn't tell me if his language would ever return. So I thought, well, he loves music. Music is a great way to connect with people. Let's start there. And so he started going to music therapy, and it was his first and everlasting love. So that's how music became intertwined with his story.
Right. Now, so Terrence, you knew you loved music from a young age, right?
Yes.
Is there a certain type of music you like?
Yes, I like classical.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Jazz.
Yes.
Like hip hop and electronic.
Beautiful. So that means, Mom, you're going to have to take Terrence down to a New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival and maybe join us in 2024. It's music all over the place.
Yeah, it sounds like a dream.
It's jazz, it's gospel, it's hip-hop, it's you name it out there. Do you play an instrument, Terrence?
Yes, I play a trombone.
Nice.
Synthesizer.
Okay. And when you hit the light bulb on, I just love music, how old were you? Were you really young? Were you 4? Were you 5? Or were this thing, boy, this is going to be my path?
I think I was 5
right.
years old. And my music therapist introduced me to the trombone. And I stopped for a while to do visual art. And after that, I decided to get back into music.
Right. So, Mom, do you play any music instrument?
I do not play an instrument, but I support a musician.
Yes,
so
you
I
do.
feel that I am a patroness of the arts, so to speak.
Right. Exactly. Why the trombone?
Oh, because I love the sound and the slide positions.
Was it hard to play?
No, it's easy to play.
Really? Easy because you're good at it, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, now, is it because you got such a great ear for that? I mean,
Yes.
you just, because we all know great musicians, they hear things differently than we do. Artists see things differently. Designers, how did you even come up with that idea, right? And so you just hear things differently, right?
Yes.
Have you created any of your own music with the trombone?
Yes. I do the music composition. I worked on, and it's called MuseScore. It's a software where music composition to choose any instruments you like.
Tell Drew, where do you go to school?
Well, I got accepted to Berklee College of Music last year in February.
Wow.
And so now I just transferred because I'm doing it Berklee online.
Sure.
So I don't have to move out of state.
What's the name of your major?
I'm music composition for film, TV, and games, and Bachelor of Arts.
Congratulations. Wow.
Thank you.
It's wonderful about, I can say this even right now. I can say I knew, Terrence Partidge now, but I'm really excited to say I'm going to know him when he's going to be a Grammy Award winning, musician. And, you'll probably get into some plays and win some Tony Awards and so forth. And the sky is the limit on this. Therese, does Terrence have any siblings?
He has a sister on his dad's side who
Okay.
lives in Oregon.
Okay, very, very good. And you guys communicate quite a bit? You chat with her?
Yeah, sometimes I do.
Okay, very good. Now, when you saw this ability in Terrence, we're chatting with Therese Davis. She's a co-writer of Clef, Bliss, Terrence's Path. Sitting with her son, Terrence Partidge, the subject of this, and a music aficionado and so forth, going to go to the Berklee School of Music, which is how prestigious that is. When this must have just opened your heart up when you said, boy, there's a pathway, correct?
Yes, it did, because it was his music therapist, like he said, that introduced him to the trombone. It would not have come to me naturally. I just knew that music therapy would be a great way for him to really learn how to communicate and connect with other people.
Right.
And when I saw that this was going to be an ongoing passion, I said, well, I'm all behind this. I'm 100% for it. Now, could anyone have ever told me it would lead to this? Absolutely not. This is all, every cherry on every Sunday is going on right now with this. So it's humbling and it's very exciting. So
you've seen Terrence from a state where it wasn't too communicative, right, to what he is now. And like you're saying, you're going, I really can't believe I'm thinking about this. Talk about your feelings on that. You already mentioned it a little bit, but just amazed, I imagine.
Yeah. As a mother, you really want to see your children blossom and also give back. It's not just about them. I've always wanted him to be able to share what he has inside of him with other people. And so the pride and the gratitude and the love that I have is something that I have a hard time putting into words. And so I just have to say that, I wish that every person could experience the kind of joy that I've had watching him do what he does and watching people's reaction.
Well, I can't imagine the reaction is not a big joy and just so proud of what he's done and happy for you and everybody, that you folks touch in that aspect of it. Let me pivot a little bit on this thing. Do you study trombone players at all? Do you know of some great trombone players?
Yes.
And who was your favorite?
Joseph Alessi, Megumi Kanda. She's a Japanese trombone player.
Right.
And I like Curtis Fuller.
So
Frank Rosalino.
See, what's wonderful, I love to hear about this because you obviously passionate about the trombone.
Yes.
But you wanted to learn about, here are these great trombonists, right? And see how they do it. And you have your own style and all that business. Do you sing at all?
Yeah, I go to a church at a choir.
Okay.
It's called Mater Dei. It's a Catholic parish.
Right. So, okay. Now, do you go to jazz performances or blues performances in San Diego County to see folks play the trombone?
Yes.
Okay. Where do you go for some of that?
Well, I used to go to the jazz festival.
Yeah.
Before the COVID starts and at San Diego Youth Symphony that I was in, and I was in the Generation Jazz.
So there was wasn't there like a blues and
The blues.
Jazz festival that you guys played at, so we saw some people there too.
So the Blues Fest, my friend used to put that on. It was to benefit if it's the same one we're thinking about, the benefit the San Diego Food Bank, and it was up in the Embarcadero area, by Seaport Village, and he put that on for quite a while. And actually, he did it for many, many years, and then worked with the food bank, and so they were great blues players and trombone players and so forth. I don't think they're doing the Blues Fest anymore. And then there used to be sort of a jazz festival as well. But I want to get back to the music part of it. You're so spot on, Therese, on this, and obviously, Terrence, you're a poster child for this, what music can do for you. Besides the individual, obviously, that, it engages people. I know you're involved in inclusion disabilities and autism, the interactive classroom K-12 experience curriculum. Talk about that.
The curriculum came out of the experiences that we had filming the documentary. And what happened was the documentary had been shown after we had decided to show it to some close friends, and Dr. Karen Cass, unfortunately, who's now deceased, she's the wife of Dr. Michael Berlin, approached Patrick and said, "Do you realize what you have here?" And Dr. Cass was an experienced clinician. She had written curriculum in many ways. And she said, "You've got something here. We can actually delve into this and unpack it in a curriculum format." So it was basically her, her experience, her foresight that, led us to think, oh, we haven't ended, we've actually started. And so it was because of Dr. Cass and then the support of Patrick Scott and Dr. Berlin that we came together. So it was Dr. Karen Cass, Dr. Grace Fantaroni, who actually used to be Terrence's second, third, and fourth grade teacher.
Nice.
It was actually, third, fourth, and fifth grade teacher. She's now a professor herself. And so the three of us, Dr. Cass, Dr. Fantaroni, and myself, decided to meet, and we started tinkering with the idea of looking at the films, taking scenes out, figuring out how we could make them relatable in a classroom setting. And that's how it started.
That's great. And how do you know Tom Davis?
Tom Davis is connected with Patrick. So unfortunately, there's no relation. We have the same last name.
Right. So we got a shout out for Tom Davis. He's my colleague in the Classroom of the Future Foundation. And Tom was very humble. He probably didn't mention this to you, but last night we had our 20th annual Classroom of the Future Foundation awards, and he got the top award.
Oh,
he was the Visionary and Outstanding Leadership Award for what he has done for our organization and the community as well. And so I forgot to mention, he was copied on all the emails. He was probably busy with stuff, so he's going to be thrilled because we're going to be pushing out the documentary through Classroom of the Future. I think you know that as well.
Amazing.
Right. So to get people to so when we come back from break, Terrence and Therese, let's talk a little bit more about the documentary, of course, where people can listen to it and support it and so forth. And you want to save some time to talk about building community and how important that is. And for those families that are in the same boat that you were, I'm sure you're going to be the first one to say music, and even more music. And when we come back, and we always save some time, Therese and Terrence, for what our listeners can do to support your efforts. Okay, how's that sound?
Yes,
We're going to be. Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Sounds
Beautiful. I'm glad to hear that. We're going to be right back with Therese Davis, the co-writer of Clef, Bliss, Terrence's Path. It's a great documentary, joined by her son, Terrence Partidge, the subject of this, trombone player par excellence. And we'll be back for another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by a mission-fed credit union doing great things for San Diegans for more than 60 years. We will be right back.
When you do your banking with Mission Fed, you get great rates on auto and home loans. That's good for you, but something good also happens for a lot of other people. We're not for profit, so we put money back into the community to help lots of great nonprofits to keep San Diego strong. So you're not just getting something good, you're doing something good. Come to Mission Fed. It's banking that's good for all.
Brand amplification is the DNA of Cloudcast Media, and our code is the powerful blending of sound, voice, and storytelling to lift local brands and their communities. Whether it is our Brandcast, Schoolcast, or Causecast platforms, the unifying ethos is all about this community, the one you call home. If you dare to dream and want to explore the brand amplification of Cloudcast, a national leader in local podcasting and other Winfluence strategies, please visit us at cloudcast.us.
I'm Drew Schlosberg, and you're listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show on Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing great things for San Diegans for more than 60 years. Honored to have in the studio with us today the folks that are behind the Bass, Clef, Bliss, Terrence's Path documentary. We got Therese Davis, co-writer of the documentary, joined by her son, Terrence Partidge, who's the subject of the documentary, trombone player, music aficionado, and so forth. And be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to Patrick Scott. Is that correct?
That's right.
Yes.
Without Patrick, we wouldn't be here, because it's his passion and his heartfelt mission to bring this message of inclusion to everyone, K through 12 and beyond.
Couldn't believe it. Couldn't support that more. We all know this, that the world is a much better place when we include everybody, when we have our ears and eyes open. That is absolutely documented in so many different studies and so forth. So there's basically no excuse not to do that, to say the least. However, for those who don't quite get it, that's why we do documentaries like this and so forth. How do people get the documentary, Therese?
Well, I think that the best way would probably be to go to the autismis.com website, and then you can see the options for looking at the documentary as well as the curriculum. Yeah, and then Patrick and Michael can be connected through that website, and then they can send links so that people can watch.
Good. And what's the website again?
Autismis.com.
Okay, very, very good. And we can't talk about that enough. So, Terrence, music, you're going to go to the Berkeley School online, trombone player, and so forth. You write your own music, and talk about, again, your mom has already shared her heartfelt feelings about it, but talk about what it's meant to you and how music, what it's done for your life.
It was really good experience that I still love working on composing music software, and just like I would just play it and to go over the parts, and I do like writing like Roman numerals.
Does it help you to meet friends?
Yes, it does help.
Yeah, how about for, confidence? Hasn't it given you a lot of confidence that, boy, I'm not sure I can do this, and now with music, and now with writing, and now with playing trombone, you know what, I can pretty much do whatever I want. Is that true?
Yes.
Yes, I think that his confidence has definitely grown. I don't look at it as, problematic. Like a big ego or something like that. It's just his love is what it exudes. It's certainly not a cockiness. He's always in a student mindset. He's ready to learn at all times.
Right, exactly. So talk about building community and how important that is to you, Therese.
Music helped to build Terrence's community. When you have no way to communicate with people, it is so difficult to try to reach people. This is how we relate. We relate through some sort of communication. So building community is the whole point of the curriculum, decreasing isolation, helping people to feel that they're a part of something. They're not being misunderstood, labeled, marginalized, all those words that we don't like.
Right.
Even as adults, we don't like them, but as a child, when you go to school as a child, that is your workplace. You are there many hours of the day. You are focusing, you're having to multitask, all these things we demand of our little ones. And then on top of it, if they don't feel at least accepted, it makes the day so much harder, makes learning almost impossible. So creating the community within the classroom then extends outside of the classroom, where that after that confidence is built up, like you said, people feel like, I don't have to be ashamed of the reasons that I'm different. I can just be who I am, and I have something I can contribute to the world. So it goes beyond the classroom, out into society, and then everyone benefits from that.
Well, and I also think, and you're spot on all those descriptions, but it gives people who aren't in that boat an understanding of a little more sensitivity and empathy for people that are in that situation. Well, I never realized that, when this is what these people are facing that may have some of these things, whether it's autism or, whatever it is. We need to have much more sensitivity in this world. That's the understatement of the millennium, I'm sure. But this is what this does it. And when people do that and they take a step back and, now I can see how this must feel to, Therese, being the mother of Terrence and what it's meant to Terrence. Boy, you have a different perspective, and hopefully you'll get more outreach with that.
You really have the different perspective. And what was very interesting, UCSD did a year-long study on the curriculum in several schools throughout San Diego. And what was really an amazing thing that came out of the study was that academics went up. So you have a literal connection between how people feel and how their grades do. I mean, I would think that most parents and teachers would be very happy about that.
Well, as my friends know, the ones who come on the show, and especially when we talk about visual and performing arts and all this, I was honored to work for San Diego Unified for about 11 years developing curriculum, and then and worked with the Union Tribune for many, many years with focus on community and public relations. But my standard line to everyone, to make everyone sick and tired of hearing me say it, if it was up to Drew, in the curriculum would just be several subjects: music, art, sports, and maybe athletics or whatever the case may be, because you can teach every content area under that. Math, science, language arts, history, physics, all through that, and especially music. Music is such a collaborator, it's such a uniter, and so forth. And I agree with you. When you have this results like UCSD and you're talking about what you're seeing firsthand, it is such a no-brainer. So, Terrence, let me ask you this. I'm going to put you on the spot, okay? It is 10 years from now. It is 2033. Where do we find Terrence? What are you playing? More instruments? You creating more records, albums? What are you doing in 10 years?
Just creating instruments.
Creating instruments or creating
or
music?
Both could be,
Both.
He could be.
Could be, right. Listen, with technology, who knows what type of synthesizers you can come up with, creating different types of sounds.
Yes.
That's really true.
Yeah,
that's really true. So in 10 years, where do you think that you will be in your career?
Let's see. I just performing.
You want to do more performing?
I'm more working on composition.
Yeah. How about teaching? I mean, teaching other people or being role models for folks who are in the same situation. What do you think?
That'd be great, because I used to be an intern at an electronic music studio to help other students because I went to San Diego Mesa College because I graduated last year.
Congratulations.
Thanks. I just got an Associate of Arts in Music Studies.
Oh, so impressive. Do me a favor. Promise me that you'll come back on the show. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Sooner than later. We'll bring Tom Davis on, and we'll bring Patrick on. How's that sound?
That sounds
awesome.
Great.
Very good. I've been honored to chat with Therese Davis. She's the co-writer of Clef, Bliss, Terrence's Path documentary, and Terrence Partidge, her son, and the subject of the documentary. One more time, how do you get this documentary?
Autismis.com. And you can message Patrick on there. and he will be able to send a link to see the documentary.
That's fantastic. Well, I thoroughly enjoyed having you on the show, as everyone's been listening to another edition of Drew Schlosberg Spotlight on the community. Cloudcast Media, brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, doing great things for San Diegans for more than 60 years. We hope you enjoyed the show.
You've been listening to an episode of Drew Schlosberg's Spotlight on the Community Show, amplifying the voices of social impact organizations, entrepreneurs, local nonprofits, and other community champions who shape the culture, creativity, and connectivity of San Diego community. Brought to you by Mission Fed Credit Union, bringing good things to San Diego for over 60 years. Learn more about what is good for you and good for all by visiting www.missionfed.com.
Cloudcast Media.